Hello, if you're a returning viewer, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Today we're going to be doing Greenhorn. It's going to be the first of my Hack the Box series. And I've decided to do this because I'm going to start leaning more toward Hack the Box myself, because they are more challenging boxes. They do have some more interesting things. And this particular one is a retired free machine, so you can go to hackthebox.com, sign up on Hack the Box Labs, and go underneath machines. You'll see a link for retired, and this will be one of them with the word free next to it at the time of this recording. As you can see here, I've got the machine up. I've already got the flags here. I would kind of say this is a easy to light medium box, and you'll kind of see why in a couple of points as we get through this. Okay, to start, make sure you grab your IP address here. You go into your host file, and you make sure to put it in like I've got right here. And first thing we're going to do, like we do with any box course, is we're going to run an nmap on it. Let me make that a little bit bigger so you can see it and see what ports we can find. Alrighty, so as you can see here, we've got SSH open, we got the regular HTTP port, and we got this third one. Triple P doesn't mean anything off the bat, but this port does become important later. So here we are on the website. You can see pretty basic website. We've got two tabs here, and I did notice this up in the address bar. I attempted to do a directory walk, but it detects if a hacking attempt's being done. I tried a few evasion techniques, and I wasn't able to get past it. So you see down here we've got admin and powered by Pluck. Pluck is our CMS, and we click on admin, we get a password prompt here. So not much we can do here. We could attempt to brute force this, but that'd take a while, and typically when you're doing these machines that are hosted by Hack the Box or Hack Me, you don't want to do any brooding attack on it. Just to be nice and also to play by the rules. So this is where that port 3000 is going to come in handy. So if you just swap over to it, we can go to Explore. As you can see, this looks like to be the local repo. We come in here, and if you take your time to look through, you'll eventually come through in the settings to this pass.php. And as you can see here, we've got a hash. Now if we take that and we come over here to crackstation.net, drop that in, you can see that it does recognize it as a SHA-512, and then information has been put in, and we now have a password here. So now if we go back over here and we type in that password, we are now logged in. So the next step we're going to do is go under Options, Manage Modules, and here we can install a module. When you're dealing with a CMS, usually installing a module is going to be one of your routes. So to show you my folder here, I've got this folder I called staff, and in it I've just got gandorf.php. If we look at it, you can see it's just a simple one-liner. All it's doing is setting up the PHP file, running the system command, and saying we're wanting to request from the system the command that we pass to it. Simple and easy peasy. So if you're not familiar with doing zip files in Linux command line, we're just going to use the zip command -R for recursive, because we're going to be doing the folder with the file itself, and staff.zip staff, and there we go. So now if we come over here and do install a module, we just drag that zip file there, hit upload, you see it's successful. Now at this point, I would recommend you go ahead and open up another tab, because what we're going to do is we have to navigate to the module we just installed. We'll do data modules staff, that's the folder, gandorf.php, passing the command argument there. And as you can see, we get it back. Now this is very helpful because you can go through, you can enumerate. So if we do cat $20 for a space, etc.pasw for password, you can see we can access the password file. Now I would recommend you go ahead and keep this on ID and open up another tab, because we're going to be injecting a payload into this to get a reverse shell. But I noticed when I was doing this that after a certain period of time, our module here times out, gets removed or something, we have to re-upload. So what I like to do is leave this here so I can go back and install it when I need to. Have this here kind of as my barometer to check. I can just hit refresh. Oh, see, it's already out. So we'll just come back here, drop this in again, hit refresh, and there you see it's back. And this one I'll do all my work from. So if you don't have this page bookmarked, bookmark it. revshells.com. Absolutely great tool. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take this, come over here to our terminal, and we are going to pass in the bash.c, and then double quotes, we're going to paste in that code we got from the website, and then close it out, and then pipe it to base64 so we can get the base64 hash. And if you're like me and you get this little plus sign, or you get a symbol that's not a character or number, when we do this next step, you are going to have to URL encode that. And the easiest way to do that is just come over to cyberchef.io, drop that in, just type in URL, we want URL encode. special characters, and you'll see it's got it right there. Now, while we're here, we're going to do some more URL encoding. We're going to craft our payload here. We want to echo and do open double quotes, double close quotes, pipe this to base 64-D, and pipe that to bash. Now, one thing to note here is that these pipe indicators, we're going to decode them down here, and they are going to be these parentheses 7Cs. So when you copy this, make sure to take that one and this one right here and turn them back into the pipes there. Okay, so with all that said, let's make sure our module's still working. Nope, file not found. So let's go re-upload it real quick. Actually, before we do, let's come over here and we'll get netcat running on that port. All right, there we go. We are good. Do is come here, copy all the way up to the word ID, put that in, and we can just drop this in like that. And go back over to our terminal, and as you see, we've got shell. So of course, as always, when I first get on a box, just take a look around the folder we're currently in. Nothing there, surprisingly. Just change to home, and take a look at what we got. If I can type the command right. So we got a get and a junior. So it looks like we can read both of them. So let's go into junior. All right, so there's our user file, but we cannot read from it, as we are obviously not in the same group as junior is. And if you notice here, it says gateway timed out. You probably get that too, but your connection will stay open, so don't worry about it. You're good. And just to show you real quick, typing in the clear command, it didn't go through. So to fix that, we're just going to do export term in capital letters equals xterm, and now we can use clear. So we're currently www data. We want to become junior. We do have a password, and it didn't say it was specifically for just one person or one use. So let's try, see if we can just switch over to junior using that same password. Okay, nothing happens. So if we do who am I, you can now say we are junior. So let's fix our terminal real quick. We'll do Python for that. We'll just do Python 3-c import putty.spawn bin bash. There we go. And our clear command still works. So now you can cat the user file and get the first flag. Okay, now we also have this other file here, this openvas. So to get it, all we're going to simply do is spawn up an HTTP site using Python. Now we'll default using 8000, but I'll just make it a habit to put it in. And we'll use Python 3-m http.server. And if you get this response, everything is good and up and running. We'll just come in here, clear out that payload, and do :8000. And now you can see we have the directory. You can open up the PDF, look at it, and you notice we got this pixelation here. So make sure to download this locally so we can finish this. So what you want to do, once you get it downloaded, open it up. And an interesting thing with some PDFs and this type of pixelation, if you right click on it, you'll see it says save image as. So that's what you want to do. And it took me a little while to find a tool that worked, but the search I ended up doing that led me to the tool we're going to use is this search, Linux Pixelation Recovery Tool. If we run it, you should come across this right here, GitHub Spim dpix. So this dpix tool is what you're wanting to look for. So you open it, you just click on code right here, download zip, and that's what I've got here. So inside the folder here, you can see I've already got the image from our PDF. So let's go back to our terminal, we'll get this command ran. Okay, so we'll change into that folder for the tool, and we're going to run Python 3 dpix.py-p to give it our image name, -s. This will be used to do the math to try to figure out what the image is. And this will all be contained in the folder for this tool. As you see here, we're going to use the Windows 10 close and spaced.ping and -o for whatever output we want, and we're just going to call it recovery.ping. So we'll run this tool, and we'll come back when it's finished. Okay, so as you can see here, it is finished. Take a look in our folder. See, we do have the recovery.ping. Now, I'm not going to show it here, but if you open it up and you look closely at it and take your time, you'll actually be able to read what the actual password is. And to run that tool, of course, we had to exit out of our Python. You can open up another terminal to do it. But either way, when you go to kill that Python HTTP shell, it is going to bump you out of your connection. So we'll just set up the listener again, come back here, throw our module back in, make sure it's working, right, and throw our payload back at it. As you can see, we are back in. So real quick, we'll just switch back to junior, set up our shell again with Python, set up our term, clear. All right, and now since we have that password from the PDF, we can just do su- to go as root, give it that password, and we are now root. And as you can see, we have access to the root.txt file. Alrighty, so that was a walkthrough of Greenhorn, and a couple of points where I don't think it's quite an easy box is just kind of researching that tool for the depixelation. Can be a little hard, can be a little bit of time consuming, but if you come across stuff like that on other boxes where you're having to try to research tools or something, keep your patience, keep a level head, take your time. If you can't find anything, just take a step back, try again later, or go check out Hack the Boxes Discord. They've got a channel for boxes in there. You can ask questions and see if somebody's willing to help you, at least point you in the right direction, or may even give you a link to the tool. That's all for today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and remember to subscribe to the channel. It helps out a lot. I'll see you next time.